Gaffer, frantic finish today, but ultimately defeat at Blundell Park. Do you feel like we deserve more from today's game?
Yeah, I felt like it. I think it was an improvement on the previous four games. And sometimes when you're on a run and things aren't quite going for you, you're very keen on scoring that first goal. And out the blue, they did. I never thought we were under any concerted pressure throughout the 97 minutes. And it was a far better performance, and I know obviously we all want the results and we're all desperately keen on getting a win here today, but we've come on a difficult pitch, a difficult ground, great home support, and the process from tee to green was so much better, and it didn't look like a team that had lost the previous four games. Players looked a lot more comfortable in possession, but obviously two key moments in our box we didn't deal with. And then we had moments in their box and we didn't quite execute the finish, so those big moments swinging our way would have made a huge difference.
You mentioned before the game wanting to see a passionate display, and at 2-0 down, the lads kept going, got one back for a brilliant free kick. Does that aspect of the performance please you today?
Oh, of course, and I've seen a couple of efforts off the line as well, and it's not easy opposition. There's no gifts at this level. But credit to the players for perseverance, and said at half time, I think someone gave the ball away first half and Neil Landers is in trouble. But the reaction of the team epitomised the efforts of the players today. And players were trying to recover quickly, we were trying to fight for the cause. We just needed a couple more moments of quality in their box, and we'll come away with the points. And I felt for the lads today, they ran through brick walls and for the badge and worked hard, and really appreciate the ovation that the fans gave the players at the end there.
And just looking at where we set up for the game today, James Daly was perhaps in a more central role than normal, up front leading the line with Matty Daly just behind him and Dean Cornelius on the right hand side. What was the thinking behind that particular shape going into today's game?
Because in our winning run last year, started the calendar year last season, we did that with Tomo coming in narrow. And we did it particularly well at Grimsby away and took away the points. So they lined up, we knew it a 4-3-3 shape, and we wanted to create the shape that got us the win last year. So we worked hard in training, showed them the evidence of the success we had last year. And for the large part, we had a numerical advantage in the middle of the park and relaxed the players down, and we worked our way through the thirds really well. But obviously, you need to bang the ball in the back of the net to make a real difference. I was pleased with the composure levels, though, because players always feel pressure, when they haven't won for a bit. We won't point to the table. This is where we show our mettle and manage the players and make sure that they're at ease with their playing plans that we give them in training, and everyone tried to carry it out to the best of their abilities. Fine margins today.
Yeah, the two goals, it felt like initially knocked the wind out of sails a little bit, and it was a real piece of brilliance from Juke McKenna that seemed to lift everyone on the pitch and really spark that attempted comeback at the end. Is he a player who's important to have in the squad, someone who can provide that bit of magic from a dead ball situation?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we had that from Tomo, 18 goals last year, so we haven't had that this season apart from the first game, so missed that. We missed Ellis Taylor's magic as well, and missed Matty Daly for large parts of the season, and recently Stephen doing to get it and collect and play our way through the third. So we need a level of talent on the pitch, and we know Juke is capable of that. He's hit a couple of bars and posts, hasn't he, this season, but he's desperate to get the goal, and we talked about it for the game. Just it's coming, isn't it? So we've got to encourage lads. It's not just beating people with a stick, because it's not that at all. Actually, after today, it's our best performance in the last 5 games, and we just need to move on to the next game now.
Another player who's shown talent, albeit at under 18 level, Jack Bray. He was given the opportunity today. What did you make of his cameo appearance?
Well, he got educated in his first touch. He got smacked in a tackle, and welcome to life in League Two. But bounced back up, showed real willingness, and kept possession very neatly. And I was pleased with it. And he's a player that obviously could be a star of the future.
And finally, we're back in action in 3 days' time for another local-ish away trip to Fleetwood. What is your message to the lads going into that one?
Well, just keep going. The big thing is keeping to sticking together as a team, and that's what we've always done. And anyone who doesn't toe the line with that team spirit and ethics of the club, then they won't be here. But we've got good lads in there, and they all want to do well, and they're putting the best of efforts today, and it will come. Confidence is huge in football, and we've got to manage those confidence levels. If it can happen to the best team in the world right now, where they can have a worrying time, it can happen to Harrogate Town when you've got 5-6 main players out. So what we do is show loyalty, and put an arm around a few and make sure that we'll come out fighting again. You don't do that if you just batter players, and we'll bounce back.
Thank you.
Cheers.